Good morning, dear children. Welcome to you in today's lecture of English. Student, in today's lecture, we are going to discuss the revision part of poem 2 and the name of it, The Hero, which is written by none other than Rabindranath Tagore. So, students, just take out your book and your notebook as well. So, let me start it. First of all, dear student, as I told you in the previous lecture that you have to just prepare the word meaning of each lesson. So here you can see the word meaning of the poem which is given on your book page number 11. So just go through it, learn it once again. Now let me see the next one. Choose the correct one option. This poem relates to event, imaginary event or dream. So as we have seen that this poem relates to an imaginary event. ये जो poem है वो एक imaginary event से related है. Now the next one question. The story is told in first person, second person or third person. Yes, the story or the poem is told in the first person. First person like I. Now the boy imagines himself as brave, fearful, creative. What he thinks, what he imagines himself as a brave. Now the next one. The boy's older brother would be impressed by his brother's bravery, jealous of his brother's adventure, or disbelieving of his brother's story. The boy's older brother would be disbelieving of his brother's story. As we have seen in the poem that his older brother, he would just disbelieve on his brother. वो अपने brother से disbelieve करता है. He doesn't believe him story. वो उसकी story पर believe नहीं करता. He thinks that his brother is a weak person, so that's why he couldn't do this brave act. Now let me see the question answers which is given on your book page number 13. Read the poem, then answer the questions in brief. Now the next one question. First question. Who are the different characters the boy mentioned in the poem? Who are the different characters boy mentioned in the poem? Boy ने poem में कौन से different characters mention किए हैं? The different characters are boy's mother. First character is boy's mother. The chestnut horse, the palanquin bearer who carry the palanquin, जो palanquin को carry करते हैं, okay, पालकी जिसे carry करते हैं. Then the gang of bandits or dacoits. Then the amazed listener who are listening the story. He is disbelieving brother and his disbelieving brother also, and his neighbor. So what are the different characters? First one is boy's mother. Second, chestnut horse means brown colored horse. Next the palanquin bearer who hold the palanquin. Now the next one, the gang of bandits. Next, the amazed listener and his disbelieving brother, and as well as his neighbor also. So these are the different characters in the poem. Now the next one question. How old do you think is the boy? How old do you think is the boy? Give reason for your answer. The boy must be quite young. What do you think? That what it described in the poem? We will say that it is not described in the poem, but by the act or by the thinking of that boy, we can say that the boy is quite young. This is because he has childlike fantasies. About being brave and courageous, and as I think that he is he is going to be hero, or he is doing some brave act or courageous act. So like heroism, quite young person or young boy, just think about it. So the answer is the boy must be quite young. This is because he has childlike fantasies about being brave and courageous. Now the next question is, what is the incident in which the boy takes part? What is the incident in which the boy takes part? What is the incident? The boy takes part in preventing an attempt of burglary by a gang of bandits while he and his mother was traveling to adjacent land. The boy. What is the question? What is the incident in which the boy take parts? What was the incident in which the boy take part? कौन से incident में boy ने take part पार्ट किया था या पार्ट लिया था. The boy takes part in preventing an attempt of burglary. As we have seen that the gang of bandits, they came and they attack on the boy and he's on his mother for the burglary. They want to just kill them and just get out a lot of money by them from them. So it was an attempt of burglary and he tried to prevent of it, और वो उससे prevent करने की कोशिश करता है. While he and his mother was traveling to an adjacent land, while he and his mother was going somewhere in an adjacent land. Now the next question is, do you think the incident was imaginary? What do you think? The incident was imaginary? What makes you think so? What make you think so? Yes, the incident was imaginary. All the incident described only happened in the imagination of the boy. Yes, the incident was imaginary. All the incident described only happened in the imagination. Only it was not based on any true event or true story. As the boy himself started the description by saying to his mother to imagine a situation, and as the boy himself starts the description by saying to his mother to imagine a situation. So we could say the incident which had been described in the poem, it was an imaginary event and it was described by that boy. So it's all about this answer. I repeat it. Yes, the incident was imaginary. All the incident described only happened in the imagination of the boy. As the boy himself starts the description by saying to his mother to imagine a situation. So student, it's all about the first question number B. Now let me see the question number C. Discuss the answer to these questions with your partner before you write them in your notebook. So let us see the first question. How does the poet make the poem interesting? How does the poet make the poem interesting? Give two examples from the poem. So here what I am discussing, how does the poet make the poem interesting? Poet ने poem को किस तरह से interesting किया है, and here we have to just give two examples from the poem. The poet makes the poem interesting by speaking about an imaginary event in which all the characters act in an imaginary way. The poet makes the poem interesting. The poet makes the poem interesting by speaking about an imaginary event. By speaking about an imaginary event in which all the characters act in an imaginary way. Moreover, the poet includes detailed account about an attack by a gang of bandits, thus making the poem more interesting. And not only he just make the poem interesting by telling an imaginary event. Moreover, the poet includes the detailed account. Again, what he includes, he included the detailed account about the attack by the it has been done by the gang of bandits. Thus, it makes the poem more interesting. Now, let me see the next question. How is the last stanza different from the other stanzas? How is the last stanza different from the other stanza? The last paragraph, the last stanza is different from the other one, because we could say that the last stanza is a different. He no longer speaks of an imagined event. So as we have seen in the starting of the stanza of the poem, the poet explained an imagined event, rather speaks of reality. He also records the reaction different people to his story, thus making it different. So he also records the reaction of different people to his story, this thus making it different. Now let me see the next question. What is the boy's image of himself? What is the next question? What is the boy's image of himself? How does it differ from the images his mother and brother have? What is the boy's image of himself and how does it differ from the images his mother and brother have? The boy imagined himself to be brave and courageous, someone capable of frightening off bandits. On the contrary, his mother thinks he is not strong enough and his brother बॉय अपने आप के बारे में ही क्या सोचता है, एंड हाउ डज इट डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द इमेजेस हीज मदर एंड ब्रदर हैव, बट व्हाट द एक्चुअली हीज मदर एंड हीज ब्रदर थिंक्स अबाउट हिमसेल्फ, बट वो खुद के बारे में क्या सोचता है और उसके मदर और उसका जो भाई है वो उसके बारे में क्या सोचता है, इट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग, इट इज जस्ट कॉन्ट्ररी वी कैन से. सो द बॉय इमेजिन हिमसेल्फ टू बी ब्रेव, व्हाट यू थिंक कि वो एक ब्रेव पर्सन है, एक ब्रेव बॉय है, एंड करेजियस, someone capable of fighting off bandits, and he is capable to the fighting of bandits, और वो bandits से या dacoits के gang से fight कर सकता है. On the contrary, his mother thinks he is not strong, and on the contrary, on the other side, what his mother think that he is not a weak, he is not a strong man, कि वो उतना strong boy नहीं है, he is a weak boy, and his brother considered himself as a weakling. Now, next question. Do you agree with the boy's opinion about himself? Give reason to support your answer. Do you agree? Yes, I agree, because the boy is a genius, brave and powerful. Yes, I agree with the statement, because the boy is genius, brave and powerful. Now, so student, it's all the question answers. It's all about the question answers of the poem. The Hero, which is written by Rabindranath Tagore. It is one of the imaginary poem, is written by the poet. So I hope student you have understood it. Now it's time to give the homework. What's your today's homework? You have to just learn the question it once again for the first periodic assessment. Just go through it, read the objective, all the objectives which is given in the lesson, as well as just learn the word meaning also and question answers. And you have to just read the whole story, whole lesson it once again, because you can see any internal question also will be there in the exam. So after learning all these question answers, you have to just complete it in your notebook as a revision and send it to me. So it's your today's homework. What's your today's homework? Learn the question answers and do complete it. As a revision. So students, just make it complete this homework today itself, and we'll meet you in next